I frankly don't care who performs the halftime show at the Super Bowl. I think it's a waste of time and a waste of money. It is not made for people like me anyway, meaning straight men. And so Bad Bunny, hosting the halftime show at the Super Bowl, I actually think it's kind of hilarious because he said that he wouldn't come back to the United States while Trump was president, and here he is breaking his vow. Well, not only is he doing that, he's now showing up at SNL to speak Spanish at you. More of this. Honestly, good. More. I like that. This is good. I think the Democrats should show who they are. I think cultural left-wingers should show who they are. And Bad Bunny should show up on SNL and lecture Americans on why they need to learn Spanish. And by the way, I'm not anti-learning Spanish. I've been trying to do it myself for years and failing. I think it's a good thing to know multiple languages. But I don't think Americans take kindly to being lectured about how they must learn Spanish in the English language-speaking country that is the United States.
I'm doing the Super Bowl halftime show. And I'm very happy. I'm very happy, and I think everyone is happy about it. Even Fox News.
Bad Bunny is my favorite
musician,
and he should be the next president.
Thank you. Wow, thank you. No, but really, I'm very excited to be doing the Super Bowl, and I know that people all around the world who love my music are also happy, especialmente todos los latinos. Todos los latinos y las latinas en el mundo entero y aquí en los Estados Unidos, todas las personas que han trabajado para abrir puertas, más que un logro mío, más que un logro mío, es un logro de todos, demostrando que nuestra huella y nuestra aportación en este país nadie nunca la podrá sacar ni borrar. And if you didn't understand what I just said, you have 4 months to learn.
Okay, I'm not going to be lectured about learning Spanish by Bad Bunny, a person who calls himself Bad Bunny. And I hope the Democrats embrace this full scale. That actually it is an obligation of everybody to learn Spanish, not for him to speak English so that we can understand him. Go with this. And when I am looking for cultural arbiters who are going to really spell out what it is that the Democratic Party should be about, I look to the multicolored hair of Molly Jong-Fast, who says that Bad Bunny represents the values of the Democratic Party. Her hair grows ever more neon. It's kind of impressive. I have to say, I don't know that her hair was always like this, but whoever is her specialist in doing the dye, getting creative out there.
If the message is okay or works in different crowds, you don't have to think that that person needs to be your presidential candidate. Like, this is a problem that we all get obsessed by. Is this person ascendant? Is this the one? Is this the way to do it? But you might like AOC. You might like Pritzker. Whatever the case is, are you getting the message?
And what's important about the op-ed I wrote in the New York Times that Bad Bunny represents a lot of the values that right now the Democratic Party should. I mean, the idea that Puerto Rico is part of America,
right,
that we shouldn't be racist against people who come from, these are easy ideas and he's a great messenger. And if you think about Donald Trump got that politics is downstream of culture. That's why he's at UFC fights. That's why he claimed ownership of Jake Paul and Joe Rogan and those people, because he knew that the way to get in front of low frequency voters is to be in the culture. Democrats have that too, but they're so reticent to embrace it because they're so cautious and lawyerly, and I think it's a mistake.
Yeah, well, go for it. Go for it. More of this. And I think we should definitely take our political cues from the great, brilliant folks over at SNL, who, by the way, spent the weekend also mocking J.K. Rowling for the great crime. J.K. Rowling, you'll remember, told Emma Watson to basically stand aside, because Emma Watson had been ripping into her a year ago and now is trying to make nice with her because J.K. Rowling has committed the heinous sin of saying that boys are not girls and girls are not boys. So that means that it was time for SNL to mock J.K. Rowling. Always on the side of the 20% SNL as opposed to the 80%.
Dobby the house elf at your service.
You're okay. You don't have to be scared.
Scared? Why would Dobby be scared, sir? Dobby's just about to publicly weigh in on trans people, that's all.
I mean, do you really have to?
Oh, yes, sir. Master sent Dobby to go on the telly and define once and for all what a woman is, sir.
All right, first of all, I do not love Master. And I really don't. And is your master J.K. Rowling?
Why, of course, sir. Oh, no. Dobby wasn't supposed to say, bad Dobby, bad Dobby, bad Dobby, bad Dobby.
Why do you keep hurting yourself? It's not right.
Why? Well, Dobby doesn't know. Perhaps because house elves are somehow always the problem, even though we're only 1% of the population. But house elves aren't the victims. Master Rowling is. She gets so much hate mail. Just this morning, she received this T-shirt that says, "They K Rowling."
Keep going with this, honestly. Cultural left, please. The right will be in power forever if you continue this sort of nonsense. Folks, if you're a homeowner, you need to listen to this. In today's AI and cyber world, scammers are stealing home titles and your equity is the target. Here's how it works. Criminals forge your signature on one document. They use a fake notary stamp. They pay a small fee with your county. And just like that, your home title has now been transferred out of your name. Then they start taking out loans, using your equity, or even sell your property. You won't know until it's already happened, until you get a collection or foreclosure notice, that is. So, when's the last time you checked on your home title? If your answer is never, you need to do something about it right now. That's why I've partnered with Home Title Lock so you can find out today if you're already a victim. Many people at the Daily Wire, including people on my own team, trust Home Title Lock to protect what's likely one of their biggest assets. Again, this is where you have an enormous amount of value stored. Why would you leave that up to chance? Instead, use my promo code Shapiro at HomeTitleLock.com. You will get a free title history report and a free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection. That's 24/7 monitoring of your title, urgent alerts to any changes, and if fraud does happen, they'll spend up to $1 million to fix it. Don't be a victim. Protect your equity today. Go to HomeTitleLock.com. Use promo code Shapiro. That's HomeTitleLock.com. Promo code Shapiro. Kamala Harris seems to want to run for president again. She's making... Go for it, lady. And she's making the case that the reason she lost the first time is she just didn't have enough time for the American public to get to know her. Ignoring the fact that the more you know Kamala Harris, the less you like her. This is the rule of Kamala Harris. Well, apparently over the weekend, she did a book event, and she started just yelling and screaming about how Donald Trump does not have a mandate because he won a narrow election over Kamala Harris. Well, I mean, that's not how electoral mandates work. If you win, you're the president, and then you get to do the things that you were elected to do. That's typically how it works. Here's Kamala Harris yelling about it.
And here's the other thing that is quite unprecedented. And it was the tightest, closest presidential election in the 21st century. He does not have a mandate. That is not a mandate. That is not a mandate.
So, I mean, if you yell that it's not a mandate, then it doesn't change anything. There's no constitutional provision where the loser of an election yells a lot, and then magically the mandate goes away. And by the way, that's not even remotely true. That this is the closest American election of the 21st century. That's not true, like, at all, actually. There was an incredibly close election in 2000. It was decided by 700 votes, 600 votes in Florida. 2016 was a very, very close election, as you recall, where the current president lost the popular vote, but won the Electoral College. The 2020 election was actually quite close. This last election was, at best, the third closest election of the 21st century. But, you know, ladies got to do something to make a living these days. Well, that's all for now, folks. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts down below. Be sure to check out all of the other great content on my channel. I'll see you here next time.